In this video, I'm going to show you the exact AI-powered formula to create talking head YouTube videos to actually grow your real estate YouTube channel. That way you can stop guessing and start gaining traction. This is the same framework that some of the biggest YouTubers are using right now to grab attention, hold followers, and turn them into loyal customers. I'm going to break down the 4-part hook formula and how to use it to script videos that feel authentic and convert like crazy. So if you're a real estate agent who's ready to finally stand out online and attract clients through consistent and compelling content, this is the video for you. So this is the 2025 Talking Head YouTube scripting formula, and it has 4 steps to it. Step 1, we're going to establish our packaging. Step 2 is the 4V, as I call it, hook framework. Step 3, I call the airing of genius. And step 4 is going to be the sculpting session. But let's zoom in and start with step 1, establish packaging. Why are we starting here? The reason for that is because what most agents overlook is the most important part of video, and that is, what type of title can I craft in order to get people to watch, and how can I make a thumbnail that supports and entices viewers? Without those 2 things, you can make the best video in the entire world, but if nobody clicks it, well, guess what? Doesn't matter how good your video is if nobody followed through. So how do we go about establishing packaging in an effective AI-powered way to get the time that you're spending on content creation as leveraged as possible so you can actually work in your business, making calls and helping clients? And the AI-powered tool we're using to do that right now is called oneof10.com. Now, if you're new to oneof10.com, let me break it down for you here. I have it hooked up to Byron's channel currently, but essentially what it does is it scrapes across all of YouTube in every single niche and gives you outliers for it. Now, what is an outlier? Well, we could see here on this air fryer video that it did 15.4 times better than all of the videos on this lady's channel. But how do we apply that to real estate? Well, let's go ahead and say that I'm an agent in Miami. So let's search Miami real estate. When we do that, here are all of the outlier videos that have to do with Miami real estate. Miami luxury real estate, it's a beautiful thumbnail of the Miami skyline. This video did 14.7 times better. Let's go best neighborhoods to buy in Miami. Here we go. This is a more real estate centric video. The best neighborhoods in Miami, top areas in Miami for young professionals. Great. Let's say I wanted to riff on this because it's a proven topic. This video did 15.6 times better than this guy's channel average. So let's say I wanted to see how a video like this could perform on Byron's channel. I would just hit generate ideas. The 1 of 10 idea generator comes up, and it will give me a thumbnail for all different types of areas: Chicago, Seattle, Atlanta, doesn't matter. What oneof10.com does is says, hey, you don't need to worry about what's working on YouTube. We will show you categorically, based on the type of video that you're looking to create, what types of thumbnails and titles are working. Now, the second most important part of creating a talking head YouTube video after you've gotten somebody to click on it because you've hooked them in with an enticing title and thumbnail is hooking them in immediately within the first 20 to 30 seconds of that intro. But let's break down the exact formula on how to create that intro. So the first thing we want to do, the very first line, is we want to validate. We want to show our viewer that we understand their pain point or goal and that this video solves it. In this video, I'm going to show you. Line 2 is we want to verify. And what this does is it builds instant trust by backing your promise with real proof. So for example, this would sound like, this is the exact method that helped me blank. The third line is we want to visualize. This is where we want the viewer to see and understand everything that they're going to learn in the video or outcome in a very succinct way. So it lets them see exactly what they're going to get so that they actually commit to watching. For example, this could be, we are going to break down. And finally, I just went with vibe on this one. I wanted to keep it V's. Hormozy does his P method, I do the V method. So the line 4 is going to reinforce their aspiration or identity to make it emotionally sticky. How would this look? So if we want to put this all together for our Miami video, it would sound something like this. In this video, I'm going to show you the most up and coming neighborhoods in Miami, the ones locals are buzzing about and the ones buyers are quietly moving into before the rest of the market catches on. That's the first bit. These are the exact areas where I've helped clients get in early and later watch their property values climb faster than the Miami skyline. There you go. You're verifying that you've worked in this area before, you've sold homes in this area before, and that you are worth listening to because you are the local expert. We are going to break down what makes each neighborhood unique, what kind of home prices you can expect, and what's coming in terms of development and lifestyle. You've clearly outlined a table of contents of what the viewer can expect in this video. So, if you want to live or invest where the smart money is heading without overpaying for yesterday's hotspots, this is your inside edge. Very clear understanding of what the person is going to get in their video. But now you're sitting there probably saying to yourself, but Bobby, how can I create this in a templated, easy way that's AI powered so that this is easy to do each and every time I want to make it? Well, that's easy. I've designed a prompt for you that you can just head right on over into the BAMX school right here, intro hook prompt. You go ahead, you download that, you dump it into ChatGPT. It'll ask you for the title of your video and what market you're in, as well as a little bit of an idea of what the concept of your video is, and it will give you this exact formula. So now we've done step one. We've established an awesome YouTube package with a title and thumbnail that gets people to click. We've then moved on to step two and written out a hook that will validate the viewer and assuage any concerns that this isn't the right video for them. But now what do we do? Well, we've got our title and we've got our hook. Now we actually have to start scripting the video. And most of you, what you're gonna go ahead and start doing is just tell ChatGPT to write you the rest of the video. Do not do that and do this instead. What I call the airing of genius. Because see, if you just go ahead and ask ChatGPT to write you the rest of that video, it will not sound authentic. It will not have any relevant points that you can speak to based on your past business or insights. It'll just sound sterile, cold, and robotic, kind of like an AI wrote it. So in order to circumvent that, very easy to do with very little time commitment, when you're driving between showings, if you don't have any calls to make, go ahead and pull up the voice notes app on your phone. And what you're gonna do is do a kind of no rules brain dump, because before we write the script, we need your actual voice, not the watered down content. And open up the voice note and rant, riff, and unload everything you know about the topic. Act like you're on FaceTime with a friend who just needs to hear everything about this right now. And here's some quick prompts that you can run through to help make that voice note as flushed out as possible to make sure that the script that we are going to craft is as detail-rich and authentic as we can get it. So what do most agents get wrong about this topic? What pisses you off about how it's usually taught or done? And what client story or personal example can you use to prove your point? What is one truth the viewer needs to hear about this right now? And what would you say if this was a $5,000 coaching call? What is the most valuable piece of information that you can give away for free about this topic to educate your prospective consumers? So now that you've got your voice note, you are going to head over to step 4, the sculpting session. Now this step extracts the meaning, organizes the chaos, and transforms your spoken genius into a final draft that sounds like you, but tighter, cleaner, and ready to shoot. Now you're probably singing to yourself again, well, I bet you've got another prompt for this one too. And you bet I do. It's the YouTube prompt template that you can find over in BAMX. All you're gonna need to do is drop in the transcript of your voice note, drop in that prompt, and what it will do is provide you with a script that is not word for word, but bulleted and has little signpost highlights of things that you've said to make sure that you include in your script. So now this entire process, this whole thing here, mirrored on my camera, here, there we go, that we've done here, realistically shouldn't take anybody more than about half hour to 40 minutes to do. In terms of coming up with the idea, generating the voice note. You can do this while you're on the treadmill. That way you're stacking all of the most important things you got to do. And now you have a tight script so that when you sit down, you can start effectively filming and creating content. One of the biggest sort of pushbacks I get from agents who are trying to create content is, Well, I don't have the time. And I think that's because most people are spending way too much time in production and not enough time in pre-production. Having the actual game plan of what you're going to do ahead of time will make your filming sessions much smoother, much easier, and will overcome the second biggest objection I get from agents who want to create more content but for some reason can't. And that's your comfort on camera. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, I don't like how I sound. I'm never confident in what I'm saying. And that's because you haven't invested the time to actually script this out for you. This whole thing used to take much longer and you weren't able to iterate as fast. But now with AI, you can go ahead and change thumbnails on the fly based on outliers that are working, adjust your scripting on the fly very easily with things like ChatGPT that are recognizing your voice based on actual information that you have provided up front. I'm rambling here, but I hope you get the idea. The same way that you wouldn't go into a listing presentation unprepared, why are you going into filming a video in an unprepared state as well? I promise, if you use this formula, your talking head videos about anything you want to discuss in your market will become 10 times as easy to create on a consistent basis. That's it. That's all I got for you this week. Just a very easy to follow formula with the prompts provided for you that's powered by AI that will help increase your YouTube video output. All you got to do is just make it happen. And hey, real quick, if you like this video and got value out of it, do me a favor, click this video, because this video right here, I'm looking at my screen into the future. This is the video that I'm going to put in post that YouTube thinks you are going to get the next most value out of if you click on it right now.